Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to learn about basis of networking devices. Let's start with the most basic component of the wired network, that is cables. Cables are what connect different devices and they allow data to transmit over them. There are different types of networking cables, that is coaxial cable, optical fiber cable, twisted pair cable. These are used depending on network's physical layer. Cables used today can be split into two broad categories, copper and fiber. Copper is the most common one. The most common forms of copper twisted pair cables are Cat5, Cat5e and Cat6 cable. Cat stands for category. These are differentiated based on number of twists in the pair of copper wires that results in different usable length. Cat5 is the oldest form which is now replaced by Cat5e and Cat6 cables. Since Cat5e cable internals reduces crosstalk, it is more preferable. Crosstalk happens when an electrical pulse on one wire is accidentally detected on the other. Cat6 cables following even more stricter specification to avoid crosstalk thus makes it more expensive. Cat6 cables can transfer data faster and are more reliable than Cat5e cables because of their internal arrangement. They have shorter maximum distance when used at higher speed. The second primary form of networking cable is a fiber. It is also called as optical fiber cable. Optical fiber contains individual optical fibers. These can transport beams of light. Unlike copper, which uses electrical voltage, fiber cables uses pulses of light to represent the ones and zero of underlying data. Next networking device is a switch. A network switch is a networking hardware that connects devices on a computer network by using packet switching to receive and forward data to the destination devices. For you at work or home, you might have a bunch of devices, computer, printer, and so on. You connect these by means of a network. When these devices are connected, they are able to share messages or send message to the printer to print, or you can stream videos. Even you can share the internet. Connectors, mostly network users, are unaware of the network they are using. As long as they can browse the internet, do their job, browse YouTube, they're doing just fine. For all these devices to communicate, they need to be connected together somehow on a one-way plug cables into the device and connect them into another device called a switch. For example, a school computer's lab in this case. A computer in the lab connects to a wall socket with a cable. Another cable runs to the wall which runs out at the patch panel. This may be in the cabinet on the wall somewhere in the room or in another room entire. The port on the patch panel then connects to the switch. Okay. You might have a switch at home, but most homes don't have wall sockets. So devices are directly connected to the switch. We can also connect devices wirelessly. A common way to do this is a wireless access point, a wireless network. Like this is also called as a Wi-Fi. If you have a tablet, it is impractical to cable it, so wireless is a good option. The access point is like a switch without cables, but more than one device can connect to the access point over time but without messy cabling. The access point can also be connected to the switch with a cable. This way, wired and wireless can all be part of the same network. Whether it is wired or wireless, the goal of the network is to transfer information from one device to another. If switch is a layer 2 networking device, hub is a layer 1 networking device. Cables allow you to form point-to-point networking connections. but they are no useful in the world with billions of computers. But there are networking devices that allow for many computers to communicate with each other. The most simple of these devices is a hub. A hub is a physical layer networking device which is used to connect multiple devices in a network. It's up to each system connected to the hub to determine if the incoming data was meant for them or if it isn't. This causes a lot of noise in the network, which ends up creating collision domain. A collision domain is a networking segment where only one device can communicate at a time. If multiple systems try sending data, the electrical pulses will interfere with each other. This really slows down the networking communication, and this is the primary reason hubs are fairly rare. Hence, for connecting computer, we use sophisticated devices like switch. Let's move on to our last networking device, that is the router. Hubs and switches are used to connect on computers on a single network, that is LAN or local area network. But we often want to send or receive data to computers on other network. That is where the routers come into play. A router is a device that knows how to forward data between independent networks. A router operates at layer 3 that is networking layer. A router can inspect IP data to determine where to send things. The most common type of router you will see is at home or a small office. The purpose of router is to take traffic originating from inside the home or office LAN and forward it to the ISP or internet service provider. Once traffic is at ISP, a sophisticated router or a core router takes it. The core router forms the backbone of the internet and are responsible for how we send and receive data. Routers share data with each other via a protocol known as BGP or Border Gateway Protocol. Core routers also devise where to send traffic and stuff. Difference between a router and a modem. Your modem is a box that connects your home network to the wider internet. A router is a box that lets all your wired and wireless devices use that internet connection at once and also allows them to talk to one another without having to do so over the internet. Often, your internet service provider will give you one box that serves as both modem and a router, but use still different technologies. Not all modem includes routers, and not all routers have modems. You need both integrated or not in order to provide an internet connection for all the devices in your